It's Queensryche right here on your Classic Metal Show, a live version of Take Hold the Flame back when Jeff could really belt it out. Now Todd LaTorre does that.
Yeah, and Todd does it just as well.
He does it amazingly.
He does.
So, yeah, good stuff from Queensryche back in the day. That was one of those bands that proved that you got to have all five elements together to make that great sound. And, you know, obviously the cracks started to form when Chris DeGarmo left the band. And, you know, they were just never the same since, because not only did Chris, you know, contribute to fantastic guitar playing, but he was also a great backup vocalist as well. And it, you know, he complimented Jeff in the vocal area.
He did. Certainly did. So
that's one of those elements that is definitely missed. So the minute you take one ingredient out of the chemistry, it just is never the same.
No, certainly not.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, hail and kill, fuckies. I figured I'd try and squeeze myself in here before. I know you guys hate callers in general, especially Chris, but I figured I would get in here before you guys got onto a topic. I ordered a T-shirt from you guys 2 weeks ago, and Neely sent it to me. I used to live in Fort Worth, Texas, and I am now an Indiana resident. Neely?
Yeah, I did send one to Indiana last week.
Yes, you did. Rockville, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so what's your...
Right. Well, it's, you know what? I have subscribed to you guys' point of view about I fucking hate people. And I went from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, from an area of 3 million to a town of less than 3,000. And you know what? It is so refreshing. It's I don't know how to phrase this without sound. You know what? I'll just go ahead and say it.
Just say it, dude. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
you got everything to gain, as Jeff Tate just sang. So take hold the flame, my friend. Take hold.
Yes, I will take hold of the flame, Neely. I'm not gonna tell on you, but without sounding like a complete faggot, your penmanship, if you're the one that addressed the actual envelope.
I did. I actually addressed the envelope. Isn't that amazing?
Bro, do I need to send you a self-addressed stamped envelope for the two bumper stickers you sent?
Stop trying to be funny. Stop trying to suck our dick. Get to your point.
All right, there are more Amish people here, Chris, you fucking asshole, than minorities, and I'm okay with that. So I just wanted to let Neely know that I don't live too far from you. I've relocated, and I love where I'm living, and I fucking hate people. And my manager's tapping me on the shoulder right now.
Should I be concerned about having a stalker now?
No, yeah, forget about it, as they like to say in the Northeast. No, don't worry about that.
Okay, all right.
All right, my manager's tapping me. Anyway, I figured I'd get in here before you guys. I know you guys like to hang up on people. Fucking hell, Chris. Bye.
Good Lord.
That's an enthusiastic fan right there.
Neely, when the call is that bad, hang up.
Well, he bought a shirt.
I don't give a shit. Thank you for buying the shirt, but fuck. Write it down and read it if you're going to be a stammering, muttering idiot.
Well, my penmanship is fantastic.
Oh, my God. I was about to fucking throw up. Did you smell the stamp to see if you could smell maybe saliva, too? Jesus Christ.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Holy cow.
So he got bumper stickers, he got a shirt, he enjoyed my penmanship, he's an Indiana resident now, he hates people,
Great.
He's a fan of the show, he's got it all going on.
He's the reason why you stay the fuck in your house, so you don't have to run into anybody like him in Indiana.
Yeah.
Jesus, I got nothing, I don't know that guy from anybody, I just know this. Have a fucking point. And we don't need you to call. I'm making this statement to everybody that calls in. Do not tell us how great we are. Okay? One, we don't believe it. Two, we don't want to hear it. Call in and say, you know what? I want to thank you for the fucking shirt. It rules. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. Fuck there. And hand job. And out. Stop. Oh, my God.
We know we're great.
I want to comment on your penmanship? Really? Haley, I'd like to compliment you on your promptness, too, for getting to that post office as well.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, buddy. And the way you made that stamp line up legibly, it wasn't crooked on any angle when I looked at the package. The stamp was nice and straight. Did you do that, Neely, or did the guy at the post office do that?
I'm afraid to tell you the guy at the post office did that.
Well, Neely, next time you're in there, would you do me a favor and thank him, too? Because the way he puts stamps on packages is really fantastic.
I like my mail neat.
Yeah, fantastic. His alignment matched your penmanship, sir. Holy cow.
So he's wearing his Rex shirt among the Amish.
Good. The Amish are probably like, what the hell is that?
Well, they're definitely got their crucifixes out, keeping their house safe from the demonic, the devil worshiper that moved into their community.
Yeah, I'm sure. But they don't have any riots in their neighborhoods.
Probably not.
Although they got to be at really high risk for fire, don't they?
You might think.
Don't they build everything out of wood?
They do.
Including their clothes? Isn't their clothing made out of the most flammable material?
Just like wool and cotton, maybe.
I don't know. It just looks uncomfortable as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Good Lord. Boy, that caller got me going. Jesus Christ. I'm not even angry. I'm in like a mellow mood tonight. It's like, dude, come on. When you start off your call with, I know Chris hates the callers, you should end your call right there. Because you're just setting yourself up to be one of those guys. You're just setting yourself up. You're telling me I'm not confident in my call, and I know Chris is going to hate it, but here I go anyway. It's like, oh, you saw the video. I fucking put my head down. I was like, come on. And then you're asking him questions behind it. I want to punch you. You should have just hung up. Click. Jeez.
All right. Well, let's get into some music stuff, shall we?
Let's do that.
All right. Well, apparently, the wife of Slayer's Tom Araya is sharing racist anti-protest memes on social media.
Oh, boy.
Let's see here. There's been criticism of Tom Araya's wife, Sandra. She is getting for putting out some insensitive posts to her social media page in recent days.
Yeah.
Araya has had some brushes with political controversy in the past, calling America a nation of crybabies. After fans got upset with him and posted a Photoshop of Slayer with Trump, to the point that the rest of the band distanced themselves from his actions.
Okay, and?
It wouldn't be a leap to assume Araya and his wife Sandra share the same political views. While the Slayer frontman has not shared his views on the ongoing protests, it's clear where his wife stands.
Mm-hmm.
We're worried about Tom Araya's wife.
Yeah. You know her at all, Sandra?
I don't know her at all.
I know her a little bit.
All right. Sandra is being criticized. And here is a sample of some of the controversial memes she shared.
I got to jump. Play music.
All right. It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the Classic Metal Show.
Commercial radio sucks. That's why we're here.
I already had something lined up there.
Pew, pew, Classic Metal Show. Pew,
I didn't know when you were coming back, so I had something extra lined up, but there we go.
I'm back.
All right. People want to know, did you take Perfect 7 before the show and had an emergency run?
No, that was not it. I'll tell you what it was. Is my fucking kid, my daughter.
Your fucking kid, is that literal, or is that what are you saying about your kid?
Right now, she's on my shit list, to say the least. She is my fucking kid. She I guess was at work or some shit, and she has a dog, which I want nothing to fucking do with. And she came home and found the dog with its leg completely bound and wound in some kind of wiring or some shit. I don't know what.
At her house?
At her house. I don't know what, because she was hyperventilating to the point that it sounded like she found her grandmother dead in a pool or something.
Okay.
I mean, she was it was that kind of shit.
Okay.
So she's asking me what to fucking do. Me, Mr. Pet, who doesn't know dick about fucking pets. I certainly don't know what to do about a fucking fucked up pet at 10:45 or 10:30 at night on a Saturday.
All right.
So she was losing her fucking shit. So she called my son, who came in here and told me that to try and help. So then I had to call John, because I know John knows what to do with fucking pets. So he told me who to call. So then I had to call them. Then I waited on hold for them for 10 fucking minutes. It's a good thing it wasn't a heart murmur or something.
Pet busters.
The fucking dumb pet would have been dead from a heart attack waiting on fucking hold to see if they were still open because of fucking COVID. And then I finally got a hold of them, and then I called my daughter back and said, take that fucking mangy fucking three-legged mess to the fucking hospital.
All right.
So now she's on her way to the hospital.
Okay.
So enjoy your $5,000 bill, Kylie, for emergency care on a stupid fucking dog.
Right.
God, fucking pets.
Yeah, see, I like dogs. I had dogs as a kid.
Yeah.
But the last dog I owned was 1985. So that's 35 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last time I owned a dog.
Yeah, I like dogs, hot dogs.
But would I have a dog now? As much as I enjoy, a pet, I would never have one.
Yeah. As I will tell her tomorrow, if she had a gun, she wouldn't have to worry about coming home to the gun being tangled up in a wire.
Yeah.
Have a gun. Fuck dogs.
Yeah.
If they tell her it's going to be $5,000, ask them how much it is to put a needle in its neck and be done with it.
I will never forget my dad saying to our neighbor who came over and was telling us about this elaborate surgery that their dog had, and it was like $3,000.
Fuck that.
He was just like, wait a minute. You're telling me you spent $3,000 on surgery for your dog when a bullet only cost a nickel?
Yeah, no shit.
That's exactly what he said to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you imagine people saying that today?
Oh, yeah. It'd be
holy shit. That would be all over social media. You know what Mr. Neely said? Dog hater! Dog hater! And there'd be protests out in front of the house. Dog lives matter. People waving their signs around.
Pet bullier. Pet bullier.
Again, I love dogs. I've had dogs. I enjoy them, but today, no, I wouldn't have a dog. No, hell no.
Yeah, I would never have a fucking pet. And to answer your question, PC, you're not being a prick. No, she could have called the emergency vet if she wasn't such a fucking hyper goof that loses her goddamn mind about everything. And then to make it worse, she called her fucking mom, who is a pet person, who told her to call me.
Call your dad.
Call your dad. He knows nothing about dogs. Call him. Another fucking bonus win for me for the divorce. Thank God. Jesus fucking Christ.
By the way, did you like that meme I sent you today that our good friend George Mahalovic shared with me?
Yes.
That is hysterical.
With the ED?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now I'm in a good mood again.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, so we were saying Sandra Araya.
Yeah, she apparently was sharing racist memes on her social media, and Metal Sucks picked up on it.
Yeah, well, Metal Sucks. That right there says exactly what you need right there, because that fucking publication stinks.
Well, again, this is this basically just this article alone basically is saying that if you support Trump, you're a racist.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I saw this article. I looked at the tweets that she posted. First of all, if you can't tell that they're supposed to be comical, you're an idiot. And secondly, so what if she is? Who cares?
Yeah, it's none of your business. I mean, who cares? And again, I don't care what anyone posts on social media, being that I am not a social media guy. Don't care for it. Don't give two shits. Why do people put so much stock in social media? That's the question I've always had ever since as far back as MySpace. Who cares what people put on their social media? Why do you care?
Yeah. And if it's so important to you that everybody shares your view, why don't you unfollow the people that don't? If you're on social media and you only want to see people that think your way, then just invite those people your way. You don't have to have Sandra Araya on your fucking Facebook or your Instagram or whatever.
Or your Twitter.
I can promise you Sandra Araya did not reach out to Metal Sucks to put them on her fucking Facebook. I will say I was happy to see today she was also in Facebook jail, so she couldn't answer this thing, which is
she was in Facebook jail.
She was suspended from Facebook, so she couldn't answer this fucking article for a couple of days.
Right.
But she came out today just swinging. She came out with like, you know what? Fuck them and fuck you, and I'm not changing a goddamn thing.
Well, again, I'm glad she wasn't apologizing.
Why would she? She's the wife of a millionaire. What has she got to apologize for?
Well, not only is it the whole money thing.
Yeah.
She's the wife of one of the most notorious, most groundbreaking metal frontman ever.
But also a millionaire that's retired. It ain't going to cost them no business. It's not going to cost them dick. She doesn't need to say anything on that. She can just say, you know what? Suck my dick, Metal Sucks. Metal suck my cock. You know, she doesn't need to say boo to them. And she won't. I'm sure she don't give a fuck. I've met her before. She's really, really nice in person. So,
well, I know nothing about her, but that was just passed along to me.
Yeah. Well, lovely.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah. Well, I'm with you on that. Who does give a shit?
Why do you care?
Yeah. I will say I was surprised to see it come up across my email. Because I got an email from somebody that sent it about Sandra Araya, and of course it was wife of, what was the headline? Wife of Slayer frontman posts racist whatever. I was like, yeah. Then I went, of course, my curiosity, I went to look at what she posted, and I was like, haha, there's nothing here but jokes.
Yeah, it's just silly.
Yeah, it's just jokes, you dummies.
Yeah, it's satire is what it is.
Yeah. People are stupid.
Yeah, it's like you can't joke about anything.
No. Well, the real problem is too many people give a fuck. You know,
do they really give a fuck, or are they just looking for a reason to just?
Well, no, not that. I mean the other way. Too many people give a fuck if they're being called out.
Right.
Like a lot of other people, if they would have got this article written about them, would be like, I'm sorry, I was so insensitive. After further review, I've learned how I could be a better person, and all that other horse shit faggotry.
Right.
And yeah, no. There's no need to apologize. There's no need to apologize for anything. Fuck that. Who cares what Metal Sucks thinks about you? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Look at what she did.
Yeah, man.
Just look at it.
Yeah.
Just wear your
terrible.
protective glasses so you don't go blind from the Trump support.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Simple.
let's get into this whole thing with, obviously our good friend Tim from Australia called.
Yes.
And he wants us to talk about this whole Tommy Lee thing.
All right. Certainly.
So I'm just going to abide by your email instructions.
Please do.
That you would like to present this story.
I would.
And I'll just follow along.
All right. Well, click on the link so that you
I
have
did.
it up.
I
so
did.
that we
got
can
it.
play the videos at some point.
Okay.
I would like to do the read of the publicity, the bio or whatever you want to call this, the publicity sheet that
Okay.
they submitted. Because this is a doozy. You're going to love this, Neely.
All right.
This is directly from Blabbermouth, so people can follow along if they want to. The headline is Motley Crue's Tommy Lee drops 2 new solo singles, Knock Me Out and Tops.
No, knock me down.
Knock Me Down. Whatever.
Yeah.
They should knock him out.
Yeah,
like
you
the
should.
son did.
You should do this sort of like the Reverend Aiken would do. Everybody, turn your hymnals to Blabbermouth, chapter 2, verse 5.
Yeah, please do. And they write. But as you probably did not see this, Neely.
I didn't.
But,
I avoided it purposely for this.
did you happen to see his quote earlier in the week to hype people for these songs?
I did not. I ignored it.
Okay, good. I'm just going to paraphrase it. I'm not going to dig that one up, but I'm going to tell you that Tommy put out on his Instagram that when people heard these 2 new songs, they would, quote, be buggin'.
Isn't that like a Fresh Prince quote? Isn't that something that the Fresh Prince might have said like in the late 80s or early 90s?
Yeah.
You be bugging.
I don't think buggin' has been relevant in a long time.
I think the last time I heard the term buggin' was like the movie Clueless with Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's really the last time I heard that.
Mm-hmm. So, are you ready to start bugging?
Well, if that means that I've got, lice in my shorts or something, no, the answer is no. But in Tommy Lee speak, let's get bugging with Tommy Lee.
All right. Well, let's do that. In conversation with Tommy Lee about his new music, his abject joy over his new album, ANDRO, is infectious.
So there's a whole album.
Whole album coming.
Well, he isn't actively touring with Motley Crue, so I guess he's got time to work on garbage.
Yeah, well, and the new album is called ANDRO.
Okay.
As in androgynous, I guess. The mastermind behind this compelling collection of songs has conquered TikTok, amassing 560,000 followers in the past couple of months, while growing his Instagram audience to over 1 million during quarantine.
All right. So,
an audience that eagerly awaits his new opus.
Opus.
First of all, do you think that he amassed these 560,000 TikTokers and this million people because they're waiting for new music?
No, they just know the name. They just know the name Motley Crue, and they know the name Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he amassed this following because of his rap music.
No, definitely not. But according to this press release, that's why, because they're as pumped as he is for ANDRO.
Let me ask you something. And again,
All
I know
right.
we talked a little bit about this because I am not a social media guy. I just absolutely hate it. I think it's the ruination of society.
Mm-hmm.
But what aside from being a newer platform, what is the appeal of TikTok? What do they offer that the other social media platforms did not offer before TikTok?
I don't know. I looked at it. I don't have a TikTok. I've tried to figure out like ways I could use it for like Pinball PA or, the porn site or any of that stuff. And I can't figure out what I would do with TikTok. All it looks like to me is like a combination of like Vine and Instagram video to me, like short little video clips.
Okay.
Yes?
But how is that different from anything else that's been out there?
Beats me. I have no idea. I really don't know.
Okay. Again, I'm just asking somebody who does this for a living. I have no idea. I don't care about it. I'll never have a TikTok. And the only thing, and I'm going to make an old reference here, the David Bowie movie, The Labyrinth, there was a little guy there that had the little pocket watch. He goes, "Oh, TikTok."
Right.
That's just it. It's just like I'd rather refer to the TikTok from the Labyrinth movie, but that's just me.
Oh. I know. Just knowing some younger people, like Scribble, for instance, who's a younger kid that's a rap fan. I'm quite sure he's been waiting for a 50, 60-year-old 50 or 60-year-old white guy rock star to come out with rap music, don't you think?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been waiting.
Well, and to do a shout out to Scribble.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a fan of rap at all, I appreciate the fact that he's a self-starter.
Yeah.
And he's a self-promoter, and he's a self-produced guy and a self-funded guy. And he believes in what he does, and he does pretty good at what he does.
Well, and he's making some real headway with people he's working with. I won't mention one because I don't think he's announced it yet, but it's as big a name as there is in the rap world that is going to do a song with him.
Okay.
I'll text it to you, but
all right.
I won't say it on.
And I'll look at the text and I go, who?
Oh, you won't until you know this name.
All right. I'm just going to take your word for it.
There, I just sent it through.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
That's a big name, right?
Yeah. That's a big legacy name.
That's a big name.
Okay, cool.
So he's working with that guy. He's working from different guys from Wu-Tang Clan and stuff. So, I mean, he's working with some people.
All right. But again, this is a guy that believes in what he does, and he just puts his heart and soul into it. And, he does everything he can to promote his craft. And good for him. And again, I'm not a fan of that style. I mean, that's just not my thing. But I appreciate what he does.
Right. Oh, yeah. I do, too. I am a fan, and I am definitely a fan of Scribble's rap. He's a good rapper. As rap goes, he's a good rapper.
Yeah, well, he's done a couple CMS raps.
Yeah, and they're good. He's fun. And he did the Real Dave Mustaine. Remember that song?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a fun one, too. All right, let's get back to this Tommy Lee in, this awesome build-up to these songs.
Big press release.
Lee has had a mega popular Netflix film, The Dirt, starred in and produced 3 network TV shows, Tommy Lee Goes to College, Rockstar Supernova, Battleground Earth, Ludacris versus Tommy Lee.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't remember that either.
I do remember the Tommy Lee Goes to College, and I do remember the Supernova thing, but that other one, don't know anything about that.
Had a New York Times bestseller with Tommyland. Don't remember that either.
Well, I do remember Tommyland. I remember
the album, not the book. And has appeared on scripted and interview TV shows. Most recently, a hilarious appearance as a professor on ABC's The Goldbergs.
Don't know anything about that.
Actually, The Goldbergs is a great show. It's pretty funny.
But this is on network television?
Yeah, it's on ABC.
Okay, I don't have network TV, so
it's a pretty funny show.
I'll take your word for it.
It's gritty. It's definitely gritty. It's definitely not clean cut.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
But it should tell all you need to know about if it's a goofy show or not is that Tommy Lee played a professor. That should tell you right there what a goofball show this is.
See, Professor Lee.
Yeah, Professor Idiot.
All right.
The longtime Motley Crue drummer has just spent the last 2 years writing and recording his new album, and it is about to challenge virtually everything you thought you knew about him and his musical proclivities. What? It's going to challenge you, man. You're going to listen to it and go, oh, my God, I can't believe that's Tommy Lee.
Okay.
You think that's going to be your reaction?
No.
You're not going to feel challenged by his musical proclivities?
No, the people in our age group want to hear Motley. People who are younger than us, who are into rap, they're going to say, who's this old fucking dude?
Yeah. They're going to say, why do I want to listen to that guy from my dad's fucking music collection?
It's like, what the fuck is this guy? Who is this old dude?
Yeah. This is the guy that got knocked out by his kid, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're going to remember about Tommy Lee.
Oh, Brandon.
They're not even going to... Dude, it's been so long now, they're not even going to remember him from the fucking Tommy and Pam tape. Even that is so outdated and old now. Tommy Lee is just... they're going to remember him from... They're going to remember his character from The Dirt. They're not going to... but he obviously wasn't in that.
Think about this, dude. The whole Tommy and Pam thing...
Yeah.
Was 30 fucking years ago.
Well, I know. That's crazy, isn't it? I was watching a little bit of The Shield today, just killing some time. That came out in 18 years ago. The Shield. That's almost 20.
Mm-hmm.
Getting old fast. All right, back to this nonsense. True, he hinted at some of the complexity behind the chaos when he formed Methods of Mayhem and when he toured with Skrillex, Zed, and Deadmau5, but Lee's new set of tracks seemed to truly represent the music that he was meant to make.
Really? I think he made millions upon millions upon millions of dollars with Motley Crue.
That was his sellout days, though. That wasn't
really. So making $500 million with Motley Crue, that was just sellout.
And that wasn't the music he made with Methods of Mayhem.
All right.
Or this new ANDRO album. And that definitively reveals the depth and range of his musical fascinations. They also represent the male and female sides of music, equally important and equally powerful. Thus the name of the album, ANDRO.
So what, is he a transvestite now?
Well, he did admit that he sucked dick recently in an interview. He did say that he's enjoyed a dick or two.
Really?
Yes. That was recent.
Okay.
Yeah, fairly recently he did an interview and he said he'd sucked a cock.
What do you think Sam Kinison would have said today if he said, I was thinking about tasting a dick sometime in my life, but then I thought,
I don't think Sam would have said that.
Well, no, that's a line from one of his stand-ups. He was just like, he says everybody has this homosexual fantasy. He goes, I was thinking about sucking a dick at some time in my life, but when you add the old AIDS factor, that quickly put that fire out.
Exactly.
And of course, Tommy Lee was in the Wild Thing video.
Right.
So do you think if Sam Kinison were alive today, spouting the things that he said when he said them, if Tommy Lee said, I tasted a dick or two in my life, do you think Sam Kinison go, that's cool, dude?
Truthfully, probably.
Really? Just because of pressure or because he really thought that?
I think Sam would have adjusted with the times.
Do you?
I do think that,
So do you think Sam Kinison's untimely death was probably the best?
Yes. Yes, because if he hadn't died, he'd have become Dice.
Okay.
Dork with big glasses. Not funny anymore.
So basically, the death of Sam Kinison put a stamp on that era, and it was just like, maybe it's best that he went away at that point.
Dude, isn't that how it works for most musicians? The ones that died didn't live a real long time.
They went out on top.
And they stay legendary.
Yeah.
because you never had a bad release from him. You know, I mean, think about like most people like Jim Morrison. You like Jim Morrison.
Well, I do. I like some Doors. I mean, I'm not like a major fan, but I do appreciate what they do, and I do own some Doors stuff. Yes.
Sure. You don't think that Jim Morrison's music that he would have made going forward would have just sucked a bag of dicks?
Well, I'm going to go with a Doug Stanhope reference here.
Mm-hmm.
He makes some comparison about, all these legacy bands playing like the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking, I think he was doing a hypothetical where he was saying that if Jimi Hendrix had lived,
mm-hmm.
and he was doing a Super Bowl halftime show with Elton John.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Rocket Man, wow, wow, wow. He goes, oh my God, this is pathetic.
But that's what happens.
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. They went out on top. They did. They went out on top. It's sad that they went out so early in their life, but he was just basically, Doug Stanhope was basically saying, maybe it was just time that they left the earth because they were out of shit. They were out of good stuff.
Look at the guys that didn't die. You mentioned Elton John.
Yeah.
The last 20 years, Elton John have been terrible.
It has.
Has been, I mean, really, probably even longer. I would say he stopped writing good hits around I'm Still Standing.
Yeah, about 84, Too Low for Zero, or I'm Still Standing. So, about 83, 84.
Yeah, and then after that, you got a bunch of bullshit and Disney tunes. He wrote fucking lead songs for Disney.
Well, he made shit tons of money with Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he still puts out records that stink.
Yeah, he put out family friendly music, through the 90s into the 2000s and so forth. But I guarantee you, he probably made more money in that era of his career. Elton John, who was hugely popular, in the 70s into the 80s,
mm-hmm.
who was selling out stadiums and stuff.
Yeah.
That guy filed bankruptcy like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
It's just fucking ridiculous, dude. It's dude, you made millions upon millions of dollars and you filed bankruptcy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he just let it fritter away. But can you imagine if he would have died at 50, he would be considered probably the greatest singer-songwriter guy ever. One of them.
Yeah.
He definitely would have been, near the top of that.
Well, I think the pinnacle of the Elton John legacy
mm-hmm.
is when he tried to quote unquote normalize himself by actually getting married to a woman.
Yeah,
remember
right.
that? That was 84, I think it was 84 or 85. He actually married a woman because, because he was so normal.
Yeah. He's trying to be normal.
Yeah.
And he said Tiny Dancer was about her or something, didn't he? Didn't he say that?
I don't recall that part. I don't remember that at all. All I know is Tiny Dancer was about that Jagoff, the former mayor of Chicago, that former Obama guy.
Oh, Rahm Emanuel?
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel, being he was a ballerina guy.
Right.
Tiny Dancer.
Exactly. But, dude, he would have done himself justice by dying at about 1985 or so. He would have been a legend. Think about if Phil Collins hadn't carried on. That would have been good for his career.
Yeah.
If Phil Collins would have died in 1990, he would have got it all in and fucking not ruined his career.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing we have is him falling over on fucking stage.
I got to admit, as much as I love Phil Collins as a musician, just seeing some of those videos on his last, solo tour,
sad,
just painful to watch. He's just like a decrepit old man. They have to just wheel out on stage, and it's just oh my God, look at this guy.
Dude, look at fucking Gordon Lightfoot. It's another guy who should have dropped off in the 70s. He should have just died in the 70s. He hasn't had one good song since 1975 or whatever. And then Look at those videos that we saw of him recently.
Yeah.
Oh, it's embarrassing. It's like they painted a skeleton pink and sent it out on the stage.
Well, I can't. Let's see. It's been about. Let's see. What's the last time I saw Gordon? I saw him I went to one of his shows. I'm gonna think that it might have been 10 years ago was the last time I saw Gordon live. And he performed, and his band performed and stuff, but it was definitely a shell of, the Gordon Lightfoot that I personally enjoy.
Sure. And I mean, let's go to the true legends. That one that died early, that probably should have died earlier. Elvis should have been eating them shit sandwiches 5 years earlier. Because he hung around 5 years too long and embarrassed himself at the end with Fat Elvis.
Yeah, the big fat Elvis.
And what does everybody think of now about Elvis? You don't think of the 100 fucking #1 songs that he had.
You think of Fat Elvis.
Fat Elvis.
Of course.
That's all you think of. You think of Fat Elvis, and you think of him dying on the shitter eating a fucking peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Right.
That's what you think of. And I honestly think he lost some of his legend by hanging around too long.
Yeah.
And what kind of shitty music would he still be writing if he was still making music? It would have been awful. He'd have been doing songs with Snoop Dogg. Because he was definitely one of those guys that was always willing to do anything to stay in the limelight.
Right, to stay relevant.
So goddamn well there would have been that Elvis and Eminem E&E or some shit.
Right.
That would have come out or so. It.
Yeah.
It would have been embarrassing. And I think Jim Morrison would have gone into some kind of weird liberal fucking horse shit and toured with Pearl Jam and Neil Young on some fucking garbage tour.
Right.
I mean, all these guys, dude. I mean, the ones that hung around for a long time, fucking even Bruce Springsteen. As much as I'm a Bruce Springsteen fan, he would have done himself a favor if he would have jumped off the planet right after he released The Rising. He could have done his 9/11 thing and just dropped off. But instead, he put out like 5 albums in a row that have all sucked dick. It's like, dude, just stop and disappear already. Don't ever be seen again. Go to an island. And not Epstein's Island. Some other island.
Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Billy Joel's never done a bad record.
Who?
Billy Joel?
Billy Joel.
Oh, dude, come on. Billy Joel's career was over back in 1989.
When he started.
I know, but he's never done. He's never done a bad record.
Are you kidding me? We didn't start the fire.
Awful.
That's awesome.
Oh, stop!
Terrible.
And just on that Phil Collins thing.
Yeah.
I went and saw that tour. I've been waiting 25 years to see that tour.
Okay.
And he was on a walking stick and whatever, and I acknowledge all that, but geez, his voice was good.
Well, again, it's not that his voice wasn't good. It's just the material is poor.
The material that he released lately, the last couple of records, from But Seriously On has been terrible.
Well, that's true, and
I know it's true. I said it.
Elvis's voice never failed him.
Again, you're picking on the thing that made them what it is. But our point is it's not that they can't perform the old songs or their voice isn't good or anything. It's just if they were writing material after a certain point, then it blows. So, Genesis, after the Mama tour, that was it for them. That was, when they went to the We Can't Dance and they went to the Invisible Touch, holy shit, that was just like dog shit. Mama was like the pinnacle. That was it. That's where they should have stopped.
Yeah.
And after that,
Invisible Touch was awesome.
It was garbage.
No,
it was garbage.
I'll give Tim that it's listenable. And what's the slow song? It's track 2 on the record, Tim. You know it.
Giving It All Away?
No, that's a good song though. Giving It All Away. That's a good song. I can't. It's a slow song. It's the second song on the record, and that's pretty good. But Invisible Touch was terrible.
We Can't Dance.
Yeah, that was a different record, but that sucked.
Well, I like pop. I like pop, and I thought Invisible Touch was really good.
Dude.
I mean, Invisible. It's all timeline, right? Because Invisible Touch was really the first Genesis I ever really heard.
Really, dude. Dude, that was like 87.
I was 12.
That was 87.
Yeah, I was 12.
Sucked.
Yeah, and I was
Tonight
I was 12.
is the song I'm thinking of that I liked.
And Land of Confusion's really good.
No, it's not. Land of Confusion was garbage. Into Deep was generic and bullshit. Domino was crap. 10 minutes of garbage. Throwing It All Away was really pretty good. I like that song. The Brazilian, the instrumental, that was garbage. Invisible Touch was garbage. These are all bad songs.
Jesus, He Knows Me was good.
Oh, stop, Tim. Tim.
It was good how it attacked all the evangelists. I thought it was awesome.
Who cares? It's terrible. Sucked.
I'm looking at Weekend.
But how much do you reckon Tommy Lee paid to get this new record out?
Probably did. I don't doubt that at all. I don't know who's putting it out, but I doubt it's Sony.
Yeah. And do you think Motley Crue will bring out a couple new songs for the 40th anniversary or not?
That falls into who gives a shit category.
Well, I know you guys don't care, but this has been the funniest episode of the Classic Metal Show ever. This
stop it, Tim!
It's got me killing myself.
We haven't even started yet.
Oh, it's so terrible. And you know what's even worse is I'm going to buy it just because it says Tommy Lee on it.
What? Tim, it's okay not to own everything because you own something that you liked by somebody.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I'm a sucker.
You own Methods of, I'm assuming you own Methods of Mayhem, right, Tim?
I own all the Tommy Lee solo stuff, all the Vince Neil solo stuff, all the Nikki Sixx solo stuff, everything.
Fair enough. What are your three favorite songs from Methods of Mayhem?
I don't really like that album at all, but there was a song on there called Crash that was pretty cool. But no, I don't like that album at all. I do like Tommy Land the Ride though.
And I like the middle album. I thought the
cool.
middle album was pretty good too. The one with Drown that he sang, I guess, about that kid that drowned in his pool.
Yep.
Or he predicted
never
it, I guess,
dull moment.
didn't come up before.
Yeah, but this is the worst thing. I think this is probably the worst music I've ever heard by anybody. It's freaking terrible.
I think that's a quote, Tim.
And,
don't buy the Tommy Lee. It's the worst music by anybody ever.
I think it's horrible. Anyway, I'm taking up too much time. Hail and kill.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Genesis,
yes.
You know who I got offered to interview, and I'm actually going to interview?
Who?
Steve Hackett.
Oh, I'd definitely interview him.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll do that interview.
Yeah, I think he left just before, and then there were three.
Yeah. Well, he has a new live album where he does like the full Lamb on Broadway thing.
Oh yeah, the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck. I saw that it was offered. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll interview that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he left in the late 70s, but I'm a big Genesis fan, as you know.
Yeah. Although I can't tell from your disdain for, Jesus, He Knows Me. As Tim said, a classic.
Right.
Anyway, you agree with me though that most of these guys should have died earlier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a point where you need to just stop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they died, it's one thing, but if they just retired or said, okay, yeah, I've reached my pinnacle, I'm done, that's another thing.
Yeah. Well, it's even like Nirvana. I know you're not a Nirvana fan, but he would have released a bunch of shitty records that nobody would have liked in the end.
Yeah,
he would have. he would have absolutely gone to shit because he already didn't like being famous. So he would have wrote a bunch of fucking nonsense. You know, Marilyn Manson, he probably hung around too long. James Hetfield probably hung around too long. You know, all these guys. Not saying they necessarily should have died, but a retirement wouldn't be bad.
That's kind of where I was going.
Yeah, I'm not saying they have to die, but when they die, it puts that final stamp on them.
I agree. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill. Perfect one was Cobain. He left at the right time because he would have went total artsy stupidity acoustic stuff, and it would have been terrible. The worst thing about his death was Foo Fighters got so fucking big.
I agree with that too. I don't get. I don't understand that appeal at all. Foo Fighters,
not at all. And they're big. They're 3 times as big as Nirvana ever was.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Ticket sales wise, they sell stadiums.
Foo Fighters?
They did. They flipping through the channels. I saw them sold out Wembley Stadium one night. I couldn't believe it.
No shit. I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, it blew my mind. It was just crazy. But what is your take on it, Chris? What do you think would have happened? Because you know what would have happened if Pantera got back together if Dime wasn't killed. Would it have gone to crap? It could have.
Yeah, it would have gone to crap because Damage Plan wasn't that good. And that was
they're bad.
That was the primary songwriters. I mean, Phil would have if they would have brought those songs to Phil would have had different lyrics on it, but it would have still been the same basic thing. And Damage Plan wasn't that good. It was okay.
No, and they wouldn't.
Songs.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have gone very extreme like Superjoint or any of Phil's stuff. You know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They would have never stayed together. I mean, I've always thought that anyway. Forget the fact that the reason they broke apart was the drugs. There was no way they were going to stay together. And I can tell you this from sitting 2 feet away from Vince and Dime and them wanting to absolutely murder me for asking the question. But they were definitely pissed off that Phil had other interests because their only interest was Pantera. Pantera was the only thing that those guys ever wanted to do. So even if
you don't think they would have done a reunion tour?
I think they would have probably for the money. I don't know. I mean they had plenty of offers to do things after Dime died and they never did. And Vince never hedged on it. You know, I've never heard that Vinny talked in, you know, behind the scenes about possibly doing anything. I heard that about Dime. I heard that Dime had, Rita told us that on the show, that Dime had talked about, you know, trying to make it work and putting a Pantera reunion together. Never heard that about Vinny. And I don't think Vince would have. I really don't.
Did Dime need the money?
No. Pantera sold a shit ton of concert tickets, dude.
Oh no, I saw him at least 8 or 9 times. They're fucking awesome. And that's the thing. I'm not glad the guy got killed, obviously. But if it would have happened later where they got together, it wouldn't have been as good. And would have been. It always bums me out seeing a band later and realize how bad they were and how good they used to be.
There's very few that can come back and be as good or better.
I can't think of one off the top of my head who did it.
The only one I can think off the top of my head, and I know there's more, and I'm sure people will jump in and say it, is I would argue that the last 2 Anthrax records with Joey Belladonna have been as good as anything else with Joey Belladonna.
Right.
I would argue that. Those 2 records are fucking phenomenal. But, yeah, other than that, I don't know. I'm certainly not Van Halen.
No.
Who else? But
I'd love to hear the Bush songs again, but that's never going to happen.
Bush? Like
John Bush? No, the John Bush era.
John Bush. I'd love to see him live again.
Well, they're talking about doing that tour with the 3 singers, with Neil and John and Joey.
No one wants to hear Neil. No one cares.
Yeah, there's a few
You think?
people just for the spectacle of it. I would go, but I would go if
Yeah, I'd go too.
I would go if Neil wasn't there as well. Whether Neil's there or not doesn't
Of
mean
course.
anything. I would go.
Well, they were talking about that in the 90s when they did The Lesser of Two Evils. They were talking about getting those two together at that time, and it never happened.
Yeah, well, they tried to do it on the A-Sides record, and it was, from what John Bush told me, it was a horrible experience when they did Land of Confusion or Ball of Confusion. When they did the song Ball of Confusion with the two singers together, and it was almost an abortion-like effort. It was terrible. And the song played out. The song sucks. The song is fucking garbage. It's the lone John Bush era song that's absolutely garbage from their catalog.
And it's a cover on top of that.
Yeah,
It was a Temptation song, right?
Yeah. If you listen, pull it up, Neely. The Ball of Confusion with Anthrax, because it stinks.
Did you hear the SOD Quarantine cover with Patton singing?
Yeah, that was okay.
I didn't like, the changing the lyrics to whatever,
Yeah, well, they're cowardly, but whatever. That's not shocking.
Right. Hands up!
And he checks out before it gets too late.
Well, that's good.
All right. Anthrax, Ball of Confusion.
Yeah, give that a little play.
All right, let's see here.
It's on like Killer A's.
Yeah, I know where it is. I'm just pulling up Anthrax here real quick.
Or One Hit Wonder, I think, is what album it actually was on.
Yeah, I remember all the hype for this release was just like, that they had joint vocals from Joey and John Bush.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh boy.
You're damn right, Neely's butthole. I did say that John Bush told me, man, me. Because he did tell me that. I'm Eddie Truncated. I'm dropping names.
Right. All right. Well, here we go.
All right.
People moving in wild because of the color of the skin. Run, but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on. Well, the only person talking about love, our brother is a preacher. And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregation, termination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation to our nation. All of the things that's what the world is today. The sale of beers are at an all-time high. Young folks walking around with their heads in the sky. Centers ablaze in the summertime.
I tell you what, I love John Bush's delivery though.
Yeah, but
he's just, not specifically on the song. I'm just talking about his delivery. He just has this slight bit of rasp, but it's aggressive, and he's just like forceful and powerful. It's just I like him as a vocalist.
I do too. Huge fan, but that's awful.
Yeah.
I like Joey too, but that's awful.
Yeah.
That's unlistenable shit there. That's probably the first time I've listened to that since it came out. It's just crap.
Right.
Evolution, revolution, gun control, sound control, children rocking through the moon, kids growing up too soon. Politicians say more taxes will solve everything.
Just right there. It's his delivery. I just love it.
I'm glad you love it.
No, again, not this song, just his delivery.
His delivery's fine, but that song stinks.
I mean, it just reeks of Armored Saint.
Like I just said to Tim, it's okay to hate something even though you like the artist. This is bad.
So round and around we go. Where the world's headed, nobody knows.
John Bush flavor, man. I love it.
You can have that one, dude.
All right. Well, getting back to Tommy Lee, where'd you leave off?
Let's get back to that. Here we go. Androgyny is a combination of the essence of male and female genders.
How is it the essence of both female and male genders?
Don't ask me. You're going to have to ask Tommy.
All right.
And then maybe it'll be explained when you hear these songs.
Okay.
And the album is the manifestation of the concept. See? When you hear this album, you're going to understand the combination of the essences.
All right. Sounds like Tommy Lee is very woke.
Oh, he's very woke. He's very woke. The passion is evident right from the start of ANDRO, out October 16th, as the album opens with the first two of his singles, Knock Me Down, a paint-stripping industrial metal stormer as close as ANDRO gets to what Lee is best known for.
9 Inch Nails covers?
Yeah, exactly. Featuring the up-and-coming rapper Kilvane, who gives a scorching performance.
Wow.
I heard his shit on the internet, Lee recalls, and I thought, this dude is badass.
Oh, he isn't bugging or anything like that?
Oh, he just knew this guy was badass.
Okay.
Knock Me Down had his name all over it. He raps like a beast, is super talented, and actually says something. He's gonna blow up. You're gonna be bugging when you hear that.
Well, should we play some of that?
Yeah, play a little Knock Me Down so that you can, now that we've set that one up, and then we'll come back and do the other one.
All right, I want to hear, so this features this bugging new rapper dude.
Kilvane.
You can find on the internet called Kilvane, Killvein.
And he gives a scorching performance.
He's a scorcher.
Scorching.
All right, here we go.
Okay, caution, I'm all out of options. I'm not in the mood to be losing this often. Doesn't mean I'm not involved into winning in the long run. All the bitch I'm on, but I ain't trying to stop. So tell you who the boss is. You ain't in the process. Drop you in the coffin. If you ever talk shit, they can get like a faucet. Got all of my caution, run it till I drop it. Everybody talks that. Can no one stop me now? Can no one knock me down? I guess we'll all find out. I guess we'll all find out. It's better open up that motherfucking box, man. I'm the devil in this cause I wanna watch this. We're running level and we never fucking top it. I got your shorty in the belly and she topless.
That is scorching.
And doesn't it remind you of what he's best known for?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it said, that this is as close as it comes to what he's best known for.
This sounds like Primal
Kicks
Scream.
my heart.
Yeah, sounds like Primal Scream to me.
When I heard this, I started singing Looks to Kill. I mistook it. I mistook it for Home Sweet Home.
Mm-hmm.
Face of mine, I don't got a reason not to quit. I'm wasting time. Everybody wanted some my head, but I can't comply. They do all this, shut the fuck up. I need reason why. Bound down, you're nothing. I bring all the ruggeds of fun. Falling, fucking and fun. Falling, fucking good. So I make it no faces. Look at me, my face, I'm so wasted. Listen to my face, I can't take it. Can no one stop me now? Can no
Trent Reznor has nothing on this guy.
Heavy Metal Dad in the chat room. This would stop the looting. Darren Hay. Too much bugging on a cock. Neely's butthole with special guest shit. And best name in the chat room, I think, of all time, Black Metal Ray Lives Matter checked in.
That is a good one.
That's a great name. Rock and Roll Cola, music to fart Astroglide to. I'm not going to read that one because that's too racist. Rogue, LOL, is this song new metal from 2000? Heavy Metal Dad again, this is fucking horrible. Black Metal Rays Lives Matter. Holy fuck, this is awful already. Neely's butthole, make it stop.
I like Rogue Adishu.
Yeah.
Literally 20 years behind trends. Sounds like corn.
That's good.
Yeah. Good Times by Tommy. Butch Walker basically sang the song for him.
Were you bugging when you listened to it?
Yeah, I was bugging all right.
Bet you were.
I was squirming in my seat.
I was over here rocking. I like it.
Okay.
Not really. Not even a little. It's awful. I would have liked to hear Scribble do that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Tommy didn't hear Scribble on the internet. He heard Kilvane instead.
Area Smith. Didn't his son knock him down?
Maybe it's a song he's dedicating to Brandon.
Right, of course. Instead of singing, Brandon, you're my son, he's singing, knock me down, son.
Said Brandon did knock me down.
Yep.
'Cause I'm a fucking ass clown.
Exactly.
Stinks.
All right, continue with the press release.
All right. Another singularly fierce pairing.
Fierce.
On the second, fierce pairing.
That's a very gay term, by the way. It was fierce.
It's a fierce pairing.
Yes, okay, go ahead.
Another singularly fierce pairing on the second of his two singles is with female South American rapper Push Push, who raps like lightning in her unique accent over a cool Afrobeat groove on tops.
An Afrobeat groove.
Afrobeat groove.
Can you say that without being racist?
Hopefully they don't march on my house.
Why are you labeling music? Why does it have to be Afrobeat? Why can't it just be a beat, man?
I think Tommy can do that.
Oh.
Tommy's back.
Oh, he's down with the Black Lives Matter.
He's black.
Okay.
I'm concerned. She comes off as someone who you probably don't want to cross. She's a total troublemaker, Lead Jokes.
Ooh, look out. It's Pink reincarnated.
She's a maniac with a powerful singing voice that takes listeners by pleasant surprise in between her staccato raps. Push Push has a down-to-earth attitude and the talents to deliver on her enthusiasm for experimental, barrier-breaking projects.
Wow.
That's a lot of words.
Barrier breaking.
Barrier breaking, experimental, down-to-earth attitude. Oh, boy.
Isn't that what the looters are doing? They're breaking barriers?
Yeah.
Breaking down the barriers so
They're
they can
digging the city down to earth.
So they can steal the Louis Vuitton.
That's right. Push Push has worked on a recent Pussy Riot single and has performed alongside the likes of Peanut Butter Wolf.
Peanut Butter Wolf?
Yeah, she's worked with Peanut Butter Wolf.
Holy cow.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
And Ryan Hemsworth. Isn't Ryan Hemsworth the guy that was fucking Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter?
No idea.
I think so.
All right.
Her tracks have been featured on Comedy Central's Broad City. How about that?
Know nothing about it.
All right, give me a little bit of Push Push Doing tops.
Okay.
I don't play games, I don't win. When we played games, I see you lost heart. I don't write songs, I write sin. I don't speak, I toss sparks. So devastatingly disastrous. It's almost hard to watch you move so fast, it's hard to keep up. You don't have to keep up, you just found a keeper. When your girl met me, she figured you'd leave her. It's out of your control, what happens next? What happens next is out of your control. To your left, can you hear my heart bursting up my chest? Is it just me or is it something I could grab hold of? Hold up, my soul's up for sale, I'm golden. A textbook told me that I was disgusting. Fuck.
I have to just laugh at that.
She sounds like Nicki Minaj. But just like a retarded Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj always sounds retarded.
Yeah. Well, don't all those female rappers all sound the same?
Well, they sound similar. I mean, I wouldn't put some of them in that. I wouldn't put necessarily like Beyonce sounding like that. That sounds god awful. I don't know what that is. That is terrible. Oof. Even Tim hated that song. Tim likes anything because it says Tommy Lee on it.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit?
What?
Is there anything different between that and that?
Yeah, that was good. Tommy Lee's not.
But it's very similar, right?
It's similar. Look up anything from Nicki Minaj and just play it.
Okay.
Nickiminaj, I think. I don't know any of the names of her songs, but they all sort of sound like this Tommy Lee shit.
All right. What's the name of the song?
I don't know. I don't know any song names.
Oh, I thought you had a song.
Just play any one of them. They all sound the same.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see any kind of video from her. Music video.
Neely playing Salt and Pepper. It's like BLM hacked the show.
That's pretty funny.
I see the CMS is really embracing the BLM movement.
Yes.
Jesus. Chat room's on fire tonight. Yeah. We're not very funny, but they're rocking it.
Yeah, I like it. I know nothing about Nicki Minaj aside from her ignorant rants that she makes.
And her gigantically fat ass.
How about Bang Bang? I don't know this song.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, good. I want to play it. I don't know what it is, but I'll play it.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
In this? What the fuck? the same, right?
So it all sounds the same to me. I mean, I don't listen to this garbage, but whatever.
It's
somebody's buying it. I don't know who, but certainly not me.
Norm, Al Sharpton is not calling in tonight. Come on. All right, somebody said play Rock Show by Peaches. Try that one.
Rock Show Peaches.
Yeah, the name of the artist is Peaches.
Okay.
Play Rock Show by Peaches. So
Rock Show. Okay.
We are totally in fuck around mode tonight.
Of course. I mean, I don't know this shit.
My
It's all
daughter
garbage.
got me out of focus.
Garbage.
Rock show! You came to see a rock show! A big gigantic show! You came to see a rock show!
Oh, yeah, that's nothing.
To hear it!
Wow. It's like nothing going on there.
Oh, that stinks. Stop leading us astray, you dicks.
Yeah, we're embracing CBLM.
That's right. We are. Oof. So you're not feeling the Tops by Push Push?
No, not at all.
Damn, dude. I'm not thinking you're gonna like this Tommy Lee record very much.
No, I don't think this will be part of my collection.
Oh? Could I get it for you for Christmas? Have you throw it in the closet?
It'll definitely end up in the closet, never to reemerge again.
Or get opened.
Exactly.
All right, you want some more of this super press release? Or you got
Sure.
more
Let's
music?
hit the press release. So I gotta hear the finale here.
All right. Both artist videos were directed by Lee's longtime friend Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit.
Oh, how about that?
How about that? As alike as the sets are for the videos, that is how different sonically both songs are. I will say that's a true statement. They are two very different sounding songs.
Right.
Doesn't even sound like they belong on the same record, if you ask me. Working with Tommy was an incredible opportunity, says Push Push. He made sure that I was in a comfortable space, free to express myself fully and without limits. The video shoot was a dream come true. I felt empowered to show all my true colors without judgment. Ugh. Honestly, that team could have made anyone feel like a star. Is that the most millennial paragraph you've ever heard?
It convinces me.
Just yuck. It was great working with Tommy. It's crazy because I grew up listening to Motley Crue, so I never imagined I'd end up working with Tommy fucking Lee.
Do you believe that she grew up listening to Motley Crue?
No, not her. Kilvane did.
Oh, okay.
Kilvane did. He enthuses.
I'm sure he did.
I was surprised he'd even heard of me, but that's all thanks to our mutual friend, Danny Lohner. Danny showed Tommy my music last year, and that's when Tommy sent me the beat. I recorded half the song in my garage in Sacramento and the other half in his studio in Calabasas. I was like a kid in a candy shop in there. He has everything. The video shoot was surreal. Getting to work with both Tommy and Fred Durst on that was a dream.
Oh my, a dream.
A dream. Others featured on the record include a Prince cover from Lucas Rossi, Josh Todd, Brooke Candy, and Mickey Avalon. The pre-order also launches today and includes an exclusive autographed pink and blue vinyl. But you can't wait, and that's it.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
Can't wait.
You gonna get on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna get right on it.
I was watching the video, and you looked like you were bugging over there.
I was really bugging.
What a bag of shit.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, there is a follow-up press release or story, is there not?
Yes. With Motley,
yes,
they have canceled their tour.
Surprising.
They've postponed it, I guess.
All right.
It's been postponed. Of course, my link ain't working. The fuck? Copy link address. Give me a second. I'll read that one too. I can get this part off. All right. It's official. Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Poison's The Stadium Tour postponed to summer 2021.
Wow. So they got to wait a whole year.
Yeah. And by postponing, no refunds. At least not yet. Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts have officially postponed their stadium tour to the summer of 2021. Earlier today, the four bands issued the following joint statement. We wanted to continue to communicate with our fans and update you with valid information as it becomes available. The official decision has been made to move all 2020 North American stadium tour dates into the summer of 2021. The new stadium dates are being rescheduled. Your tickets will be honored for all postponed shows, and refund policy information will be made available shortly, but not right now. Stay tuned, be safe, and we will see you next year.
All right. So they got to wait a whole year. So I guess it gives Vince a whole year to continue getting in shape.
Or to get fat again and then start again in January.
Exactly.
You know that's what he's going to do. You think he's going to keep working out for another 12 months?
I don't know. I saw a couple of photos that Vince is getting ripped.
Yeah, I saw that. And he didn't look ripped to me.
No.
He looked better.
He did look better. He dropped some pounds. He doesn't have the big pregnant belly going on as bad.
Well, for $130 million, you better bet they fucking probably hired not only a trainer, but somebody to fucking make sure he doesn't eat anything.
Yeah, they got to stay with him 24/7.
Don't you think they probably put somebody with him 24/7? Honestly,
I think so. They probably moved somebody right into his house.
Yeah. So we're going to fucking, every time you stand up, you're going to do 10 jumping jacks.
Yeah, no booze, no bad food.
Right.
You got to
keep all the chairs out of his house.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, Vince.
Yeah.
Keep it together, you faggot.
Probably took every seat, every place he could sit down out of his home.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to stand and work and compute and everything else standing up.
Right.
On a treadmill, probably.
Mm-hmm.
His dinner place at the table's on a treadmill. His TV's in front of a treadmill.
Yep.
You know that's what they did. They're not going to fuck $130 million or whatever. I'm not going to fuck around with that.
No way. Not for 20 dates.
Yeah. You don't need me to read the rest of this, do you? I mean, it's just a bunch of bullshit behind it, but yeah, it's officially canceled. So Tommy, I guess, will have an open year to work on promoting this ANDRO record.
He can go rap his ass off.
He can. Will you be at the show?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
I'll be standing in line bugging to get in.
Sure you will.
I will. I want to see Push.
You and the Fresh Prince.
I'm hoping Kilvane comes out on tour with him. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
I will be bugging.
All right. Well, let's take a short break here. Let's play some real Push.
All right.
Here's some Cinderella from Night Songs with Push exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Hey, this is Tom Kiefer, and you're rocking on the Classic Metal Show.